Today we're going to be learning how to fold the bird base. The bird base is a starting step for many origami bird models, and it usually works well for birds because there are 4 appendages on the bird base, 2 of which usually become wings, and the other 2 form the head and tail of a bird usually. We're going to start off by folding the paper in half. You'll notice how I'm really conscious of making sure that the corners and edges line up as closely as possible. And whenever you're doing origami, it's always important to be as accurate as possible, especially for more complicated models, because you end up needing that space in the paper and the location of those creases for further features down the line. So I've made 2 mountain folds on the paper, and now we're going to fold it in half diagonally a couple of times with 2 what are called valley folds. This is where we fold kind of the colored paper on the inside, so it forms like a valley. And you'll notice that as we fold it, the paper itself tends to have a bit of shape to it now. You'll see in the after these folds are completed that it now becomes really easy to turn this into our next shape. And this next form is called the square base. And this is kind of an intermediate form. There are other models that are used with the square base as the starting point. But for the bird base, the square base is kind of like an intermediate step for us. So from the square base, we fold the corners to the midline, and I'm careful to align that edge along the midline as well. We make a good crease there. We're going to be using those creases later to form the wings of the bird base. And we do this on both sides. And you can see if you press down the paper, you can start to see your previous fold show through, and it makes it actually even easier to fold at that point. And now that those creases are made, we can now open it up and form the finishing folds of the bird base. We're looking to make that corner. You can see right there that corner that we made by doing those creases. You want to make sure that's held in place, and we reverse the top fold just like so. And again, making sure to make accurate peaks. Align the edges as closely as possible to each other. Repeat on the back, and then we'll have the completed bird base.